What's going on, guys? YouTube out there, fans, if I really have any. No, I don't. This is really, I'm just talking to myself here because ain't nobody out there really listening anyways. Okay, another training down for the day. It's a upper body push movements, hypertrophy week again. I think I've been going through it in my head. I said to myself, I said self, because that's what I call myself, is self. I said, self, I think next week I'm going to do another hypertrophy week in order to build a little bit more muscle and a little bit more strength, more building the muscle for next week. This is my second week of a hypertrophy. Trying to get a little bit more mass, trying to stay lean, but still trying to get a little bit more mass. So doing a little bit of hypertrophy this week. This week, I'm doing 70% of my max weight on all my lifts. So 70% of my squats on Monday. 70% of my bench today. Now, again, my max bench right now is only 100. Yeah, that's real low. 225. I could probably do a little bit more, but I don't have any training partners or anything like that. I'm doing it all on my own. So safety right now, just 225. My elbows are still not quite up to par. Shoulders getting a little bit better, but I'm just working on the form and function and all that stuff. So 70% of my max weight, 5 working sets of 10, and then I drop down on that 6th set at 60% of my weight and just do max 10 to 12 reps. So all working sets of 5 working sets of 10 reps, and I'll do a few, maybe 2 to 3 warm-up sets before then. So that's what we're doing again today, and then tomorrow, of course, cardio and mobility, and then Friday being deadlifts and back biceps type deal again. So this is my second week of hypertrophy. Next week should be my strength week, and I'm still on the fence on if I'm going to test out the strength next week or I'm going to do another higher rep range and muscle building or hypertrophy week then. So most likely I'm going to do it. I've been enjoying it. It's feeling really good. I just wasn't feeling into it today, but I got into it. I got into the gym. I pushed through. I sucked it up, and I went for it, and it felt really good. My bench felt pretty good, but that's it for this week. So let's get into the training. I filmed, usually I think I did the second and third or second and fourth set of each exercise. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, it's kind of hard to train and film yourself. Don't have anybody filming me, so I just got to set the freaking phone camera up on an angle to film it. So it's a little difficult to do it, and it just makes the workouts so much longer. So I'm only filming the second and third sets of each exercise. And again, 5 working sets, 10 reps, 70% of my max weight, at least on the bench and squat, and the rest of them 5 work. I don't have a max weight, but today is the bench, the overhead press, the dumbbell presses, so some tricep work, some of that stuff. So let's get back into it, and I will see you guys. So here we go. I think this is my second set of 10 reps, 70% of my max weight. Very, very, very lightweight, but again, I'm just trying to get everything, locked in, get my form, get my foot placement, my hand placement, um, my arch in my back correct, my shoulder blades pulled back, tightened up, and come all the way down. Good range of motion. Come all the way down and all the way up. If you notice, I am still wearing my elbow sleeves and my wrist wraps. Of course, I'm not. This isn't really heavy weight or anything, but I'm really trying to get really good form and trying to get it, trying to practice really well. And if anybody tells you shouldn't be wearing your your protective gear there, that's all it really is protective gear. And anybody tells you shouldn't be wearing it just because you're lifting, sort of lightweight, sort of is really lightweight, but if you're not really lifting lighter weight and you shouldn't be wearing them, just tell them to go fuck themselves, whatever. But you wouldn't train any other way without your protective gear, your eye pro, ear pro, gloves and knee pads, elbow pads, all that stuff when you're out training. Then why would you not wear them when you're doing physical training? So wear your protective gear. You guys know I have bad elbows and shoulders and wrists and broken thumb and all that other crap. So I'm still gonna wear it. All right, so I lock out. Everything's nice and tight. Practicing going all the way down and all the way back up. Touching the just above the sternum is where I'm coming down at. And if you notice the bar as it comes down and then comes right back up, it's not in an exact straight line. It's more in a little curve. I come down to the sternum, and as I push back up, I push right above where the shoulders are, not above the face, but above where the shoulders are. So it's a nice. So all that weight is just straight down through the bone structure into the shoulders and into the upper body. That last set on there, I noticed my hips come off the bench just a little bit. I think just fatigue started kicking in. I think that's about 40 or 50 reps right there. And then noticed fatigue started kicking in, so I dropped down to about 60% of my max weight. Again, my max weight only 225 pounds right now, but I'm getting stronger, I'm getting better, and I think I'm going to do a little bit more next week. We'll see how that works out for me. But so I dropped down to 60% of my max weight and coming all the way down to the sternum, little pause, rep the first couple reps, and then all the way back up. And then everything nice and tight, that good arch in my back, foot placement, my feet aren't moving around like they used to. My feet used to move like I was running in place, man. But now it's a little bit better. Everything's nice and tight. Coming down to the sternum, right back up above the shoulders. So everything's, all that weight is just right down into the upper body there. And I noticed I didn't go all the way down on that last rep. My shoulder just wasn't feeling it. Starting to feel that little twinge in the shoulder. So here I go on the next exercise is the cable flies. This is set number 2. Again, doing 5 sets of 10, so 50 reps total. Nice bend in the elbow. Keep it in that one position. I am noticing that my right shoulder is dropped just a little bit more than my left there. Something I really need to work on. Little pause in the mid portion of the motion. I come down and I lock the hands together. So you come back one more time, and I think this is the third set of 10 reps. Third set of 5. So I pull them down, get set, get everything nice and tight. I'm leaning over just a little bit more than I was this time than the last set. No, this is set number 4. Yep. So everything's still nice and tight, nice and wide. I don't want to come too wide to where my elbows are coming too far above the shoulders, because then you put a little bit too much strain on that shoulder joint, and it really starts bothering you and can cause a little bit of injury. So not too far back. What you don't see here is I went in and I did some dumbbell work with a overhead dumbbell press, behind the neck dumbbell press with my triceps, and supersetted it more like a giant set with 10 dumbbell presses, 10 front raises, 10 lateral raises, 10 rear raises with the dumbbells. So I supersetted all those, and then I come out and I do overhead presses with the barbell. I am noticing, because I have problems with my neck, I'm supposed to go get injections here pretty soon, so overhead presses are kind of hard for me. Number one, I can't go down all the way too far down because my elbow starts popping again. It doesn't really hurt too bad right now, but that's the problem. I don't want it to hurt at all, so I'm going through whatever range of motion that I can and go all the way down as much as possible. And then I do 5 sets of 10 of those, and then come back over here. This is another superset. A lot of times if I'm doing just straight sets, then I'll do 5 reps or 5 sets of the 10 or 12 or whatever. But since I do supersets on my super or giant sets, I'm going to do 4 reps or 4 sets of 5 or 10 to 12 instead of 5. But it just depends on how I feel that day. This was a good upper body. I felt pretty good about it. So I did four sets of lateral raises and presses. I really like this machine, and sometimes, it just depends. Sometimes I like the machine, sometimes I don't. It just depends on, how I feel that day. Feel with the range of motion. I don't really care. I can do dumbbells, or I can do, kettlebells or whatever. I can do free weights or machines. I don't really care. I'll do either one. It doesn't bother me whatsoever. I'm not really going down too far on this one. Again, if I go down too far, sometimes my elbow starts popping. I noticed it was starting to feel a little bit tight coming down. Starts popping just a little bit on that tricep in the elbow. So I'll do 10 reps on the machine, and then I'll do 10 lateral raises here. I'm really trying to work on those shoulders and get them nice and strong. Having a lot of problems with them, so just trying to keep them strong, keep them flexible, keep them healthy. I'm in this for the long run. And here I go again. I got my next set. Nice deep breaths. Get everything nice and tight. And start pressing. Notice I keep everything nice and tight. I'm just going to go nice and quick on these. Really just trying to get that pump in the chest muscles, in the pecs, and get them pumped up. Get that blood really flowing in there. Get everything nice and build a little bit of muscle, build a little bit of size on there. Because I really do believe that size and muscle. With more size and more muscle, the more strength I'm really going to get. And I'll be able to really pick up my movements, my strength movements on here, my powerlifting movements. So there we go. If you notice too that when I'm doing those side laterals, keeping my pinkies up as I come straight up, leading with my elbows. One thing I do like to notice, or what I do, want you to notice, is when I do those, I'm not leading with the dumbbells themselves. I'm not lifting the dumbbells. I'm locking the arms out in a certain position. The elbows slightly bent, And what I'm doing is I'm leading with the elbows coming straight up. I'm not swinging it too far up to where the weights don't come above the elbows or the shoulders themselves. And I'm leading with the shoulder or with the elbow, almost as if there's a string on the elbow that it pulls the elbow up instead of actually pulling the weight up itself. So here you go. Watch this one more time when I'm getting ready to do it. And I pick the weight up, pinky's up. That's kind of hidden there behind it. Okay, there we go. So I'm leading with the elbows and not the weights themselves. Almost like there's a string pulling the elbows up, and I don't bring them up past where the shoulders are. I do that specifically to make sure that there's a lot of tension that stays on that muscle the whole time, that target muscle. So lead with the elbows, not with the weights. So from here, I'm doing a side lateral. Now this is another superset. Now what I do, I like to pull that cable up in between the legs there. I step over it with my opposite leg, my lead leg on behind, and I just come straight up. Elbows locked out. Again, I don't lead with the hand. I lead with the elbow. Elbow slightly bent. I'm at sort of an angle. Yep, there you go. I'm leading with that elbow, and I'm not coming up past where the shoulder is. Keeping that total tension on the muscle itself. Right from there, I go right over to a tricep press down or cable presses. And if you notice, I'm keeping my elbows, my arms out away from my body, and all this does is really keeping my a good tension on the tricep the whole time. I'm not keeping my elbows all the way in. It still gives a good range of motion, but it doesn't, give it overly too much tension to where it pulls on that elbow and stretches that tendon out in the elbow to where it's popping again. Gives a really good amount of tension. And again, I switched it up this time on the left lateral raise, where my lead leg is in the front and my opposite leg in the back, and I'm in a good angle this time. I'm holding on to that bar and I'm leaning in order to get a little bit better range of motion on there. So I just step over it again, get nice and close to the bar, get my body leaning and coming straight up, leading with the elbow, not going past the shoulder. Again, coming back over, leaning into it. It's like a good range of motion. And I really can't, my elbow isn't really going past 90 degrees there, but it's getting a good stretch. I even bring it up just a little bit, straight down, squeezing at the bottom. There you go, another superset locked in there. And from here, I'm adding about I think it's a 5 pound extra plates on these, because the plates go up 10 pound increments. So they have those extra little plates that you can put on the top of the stack. So switched it up again. Leaning into it, leading with the elbow, not coming up past the shoulder. I'm getting a good tension on the muscle the whole time. Swap it over, turn it around. Now, I really like supersets. Supersets is something I really enjoy doing. It really taxes the central nervous system, really gets my heartbeat going, my breathing really hard. I'm actually getting a little bit of cardio into it, you know, because I don't give myself enough time to rest to where I'm resting in between sets and even reps. I'm not lifting really heavy, but I'm lifting a lot and really trying to keep with strict form. And it is, I really like doing these supersets or even giant sets with, like I said before, I went in and I did the behind the neck tricep presses with dumbbells, and then I did a giant set of forward dumbbell raises, lateral dumbbell raises, and rear dumbbell raises in the with them. So, yep, that's it. And then, oh yeah, my last one here is I'm doing another set or another superset of tricep presses. I really like this machine. It really gives me a good stretch and a good pump at the on the triceps. I go one at a time, and it really I can't, like I said, I like some machines sometimes I don't. Just depends on how I feel, but I really do like this machine to finish up my my tricep movements and everything. So I do a few of those, and then go down and do some push-ups afterwards. So finish up the movements with the triceps and some push-ups, and really just kind of push out there. So thanks for watching, guys. I really love you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to share and like my videos and subscribe. Catch you later. All right, y'all. So that's a wrap for today's training in the gym. Go after it, get after it, knock out those workouts. Quit being fucking lazy. I feel it too sometimes. I just feel my age, and things just catch up to you. So, you know, you got to suck it up, carry on, push forward, and just keep going after it. So I'll see you guys later. Don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll bring you more content later on. So get after it. Catch you guys later. Scott's out.